Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline for Pixie Dust PhD. Previously on this channel, we've gone over all of your need-to-know information about the Disney Vacation Club home resorts located at Walt Disney World. But that's a ton of information to take in, and really maybe there's only just a few criteria you need to meet. In this video, we'll be listing off the best Disney Vacation Club home resorts for you based on certain key aspects. These are things like access to theme parks, how many people can a room accommodate, and more. Even if you aren't looking to own Disney Vacation Club, if you're looking to stay in a DVC villa on rented points or through the cash rate, this may help you narrow down your choices. If you need a little guidance in a quick and easy to digest format, stay tuned. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate you being here so much. If you want to help the channel out, please hit that thumbs up button to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. You can ring the bell icon to receive notifications whenever I post new videos. If you want more detailed looks of more or less everything you need to know about the various Disney Vacation Club home resorts located at Walt Disney World, I have an entire playlist of videos I call my Fast Facts series. You can check out these videos by clicking the information card in the corner, and I'll leave a link in the description below to the playlist. In this video, we will be skipping over actually quite a lot of that detailed information. Instead, we're going to focus on a few high-level key criteria for your decision. For today, we are not going to be considering the resort theming, dining options, and most of the recreation options available. You can absolutely learn about these topics in my other videos in that Fast Facts series, but for this video, they are just too subjective. Who am I to tell you that if you want the most and best recreation options that you should stay at Old Key West? That may be my opinion, but it's hard to quantify these exact categories, so it just feels too opinion-based. That being said, let me know in the comments down below what DVC resorts at Walt Disney World you think have the best theming, the best recreation options, and the best dining options available. There are other topics though that are less subjective that we will cover. We will talk a tiny bit about two recreation categories, and we will also discuss location with regard to transit time to the theme parks. Location overall, I would also argue, is pretty subjective. We'll talk about the cost of ownership, the size of the rooms, the bathroom situation in the rooms, as well as maximum occupancy. Without further ado, let's get started. Beginning with a form of recreation, let's discuss spas. Not all Disney resorts are created equally, especially when it comes to spas. The most proper spas at Walt Disney World are going to be at the Grand Floridian as well as Saratoga Springs. These are full-service spas. If you really want to relax and experience the works, these two resorts are going to be your best bets. The Wilderness Lodge has a spa, but it's more about primping services and less about the full spa experience. But the Health Club at the Wilderness Lodge, along with a slew of other resorts, do offer facials and massages by appointment. Other than Wilderness Lodge, these health clubs are located at the Boardwalk, the Beach Club, the Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Contemporary, and then over at Coronado Springs. Coronado Springs, of course, is not a DVC location, but I just thought you might want to know. And here I am listing where the health club is physically located, so for example, the Contemporary rather than Bay Lake Tower. That being said, if you want access to the spa at the Contemporary, obviously staying at Bay Lake Tower is still a good option. But overall, if you really want that full spa experience just steps away from your room, you are probably going to want to be staying at the Grand Floridian or Saratoga Springs. Last on the recreation, let's just briefly touch on pools. This still is very subjective. Different folks have different ideas of what makes a great pool experience. Let me know what you think the best pool situation at a DVC resort is in the comments down below. Noting that this is completely subjective, I would say that Stormalong Bay is largely lauded as the best pool on Walt Disney World property. It's pretty massive, and you have that section with the sandy bottom, which is super fun. Even if Stormalong Bay isn't your top pool on Walt Disney World property, it's probably top tier at least. Next, I would argue that the Animal Kingdom Lodge should be up here on this list. This may be an unpopular opinion, but that Uzuma Springs pool is one of the largest on Walt Disney World property. I also think the theming is fantastic. Past the size and the theming, you're also at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which means, while technically not part of the pool area, you aren't that far from Savannah viewing areas to look at the animals, including the flamingos are more or less just right around the corner. Overall, the pool experience at the Animal Kingdom Lodge I think is pretty fantastic. I also personally would put Saratoga Springs on this list. Maybe any single pool at Saratoga Springs doesn't blow you out of the water, but there are 5 to choose from. And Saratoga Springs boasts more or less 2 feature pools, which absolutely, in my opinion, makes their second pool the best second pool setup at Walt Disney World. I fully recognize these may be hot takes, but like I said, this one is super subjective. Let me know what you think are the best Disney Vacation Club pools at Walt Disney World in the comments down below, or you can hit me up on other social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram at PixieDustPhD. Moving on, let's talk about location. Overall, location is pretty subjective. Would you rather generally be down closer to Disney Springs? Do you want to be in the Magic Kingdom loop, etc.? But if we narrow location down to walkability to theme parks, this becomes very clear. From the Beach Club and the Boardwalk, you can easily walk to Epcot, and you can also walk to Hollywood Studios, although it is a little bit further away. Beach Club is slightly closer to Epcot than the Boardwalk, and so vice versa, Boardwalk then is slightly closer to Hollywood Studios than the Beach Club. Bay Lake Tower is just a short, typically under 10-minute walk into the Magic Kingdom. You have your own walkway path with your own security checkpoint. Rope dropping Magic Kingdom from Bay Lake Tower or the Contemporary Resort really is a dream. Worth mentioning, there is a relatively new walkway that connects the Polynesian Resort as well as the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom. So you can walk to Magic Kingdom from all three of these monorail loop resorts now. The walk between the Magic Kingdom and either the Polynesian or the Grand Floridian is definitely longer than that walk between Magic Kingdom and Bay Lake Tower, but it is doable. And if you're leaving after fireworks and the mass crowds and the lines for the monorail are long, hey, walking is a nice option to have. Note that the Animal Kingdom Villas and the Animal Kingdom Lodge Resort are not walkable to the Animal Kingdom theme park despite the name. You are close to the Animal Kingdom theme park, but not close enough to walk. There are some honorable mentions for location that deal with things other than walking to the theme parks. While you can walk to the Magic Kingdom from the Polynesian, it is a little bit far, so you may prefer to take another form of transportation. Being at the Polynesian more or less means you're right at the transportation and ticket center. This, of course, means you have direct monorail access to both the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, which is pretty special. Similar to the Polynesian, the Riviera Resort is worth the honorable mention because it is a Skyliner resort. This means you can hop on the Skyliner and head over to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. Then finally, from Saratoga Springs and Old Key West, you can walk to Disney Springs. If you want a variety of dining options available to you, including some less expensive options than what you might find on property, these are good options for you. Saratoga Springs is closer to Disney Springs than Old Key West, but both are walkable. Next, let's talk about cost to own, so if you wanted to purchase a DVC home resort contract. If you're looking for the lowest initial purchase price per point by buying directly through Disney and not on the resale market, and note that these are subject to change, they're accurate the day that I'm filming this, but definitely check the website to be sure, your lowest cost is going to be Old Key West and Saratoga Springs. These will then be followed by the Animal Kingdom Villas and Boulder Ridge Villas. The resale market's variable, of course, but generally the resorts that cost less directly through Disney are also going to cost less on the resale market. But your initial purchase price is not the only cost. In fact, if you plan on keeping that contract until it expires, you will almost certainly be paying more over the lifetime of the contract in annual dues than that initial purchase price. For 2021, the lowest annual dues are over at the Grand Floridian, followed by Bay Lake Tower, the Polynesian, and then Saratoga Springs. You'll notice that there's not a ton of overlap here. 3 of the resorts with the lowest initial purchase price cost do not have the lowest annual dues. And the 3 resorts with the lowest annual dues actually have some of the highest initial purchase prices. Saratoga Springs may be a nice mix here of the best of both worlds for you. Moving along, perhaps you love to spread out. I know the parks can feel so crowded and overstimulating, so when I head back to my hotel room, I don't really want to feel crowded in there too. It is nice to have some space to decompress. Beginning with the studio-sized villas, your largest options by square feet will be the Polynesian, Riviera, Old Key West, and the Grand Floridian. The Poly and Riviera are actually over 400 square feet for a studio. Note that this is for the standard deluxe studios over at the Riviera and not those small 2-person tower studio rooms. Those are actually quite small. For 1-bedroom villas, your largest option by far is Old Key West that comes in over 1,000 square feet. Then it'll be the Grand Floridian, Riviera Resort, and the Animal Kingdom Villas over on the Kidani Village side. The Animal Kingdom Villas do actually have different floor plans between Kidani and Jambo. For those of you who are not Disney Vacation Club owners, don't worry. When you make the room booking, you are booking specifically over at the Kidani Village or Jambo House. It's not a random assignment which 1-bedroom you would be slotted into. They are separated in the booking tool, so you are fully in control. For 2-bedroom villas, again, the largest by quite a lot is Old Key West. This is followed by the Riviera Resort, the Grand Floridian, and the Animal Kingdom Villas again on the Kidani Village side. Do note, I'm not including any specialty rooms in these rankings. For example, those Bora Bora bungalows over at the Polynesian technically are 2 bedrooms, but we're just talking about the standard deluxe 2-bedroom villas, not any of these special types of rooms. Finally, for those Grand Villa 3-bedroom accommodations, the Grand Floridian comes in at the top spot by quite a lot. This is followed by Riviera Resort, Old Key West, and the Animal Kingdom Villas, but this time on the Jambo House side. Very generally speaking, if you'll be bouncing around different room types, different villa sizes quite a lot, these resorts are going to be good options for you. More or less, all 4 of these resorts feature pretty spacious villas. The exception here being the studios for the Animal Kingdom Villas, both on Kidani and Jambo. Those are pretty standard sized. Next is probably my favorite weird niche Disney Vacation Club subject, which is bathrooms. A lot of the DVC layouts actually have extra sinks, and sometimes there will be an extra shower or tub, but very few will have an extra toilet. I don't count a bathroom as a bathroom unless there is a toilet. So while the extra sinks and showers are appreciated, it's not really the same thing to me. A room with 2 showers, 2 sinks, and 1 toilet is not 1.5 bathrooms in my opinion. That's just 1 bathroom and some extra other things. I'm not sure why they didn't just squeeze an extra toilet in a lot of these floor plans to call it an extra half or full bathroom, but it is what it is. There are a few magic gems of rooms though where you have more bathrooms, and by bathrooms I mean toilets, than you might expect. Unfortunately, this is never the case with studios. If you book a studio, there will be 1 bathroom. However, the 1-bedrooms over at Animal Kingdom Villas on the Kidani side, as well as in Bay Lake Tower, come with 2 full bathrooms. This trend continues for the 2-bedroom villas at these resorts. You'll get 3 full bathrooms in a 2-bedroom villa at Bay Lake Tower or the Animal Kingdom villas on the Kidani Village side. And there's even more options for extra bathrooms in Grand Villas. Along with Bay Lake Tower and the Kidani Village side of that Animal Kingdom Villas, you'll also get the Jumbo House side of the Animal Kingdom Villas, the Grand Floridian, and the Saratoga Springs. All 4 of these home resorts boast 4 full bathrooms in their 3-bedroom accommodations. Last, let's talk about occupancy. We touched on square feet earlier, but a giant room doesn't mean you can sleep a lot of people. For example, those Old Key West studios are pretty large, but they only sleep 4. You cannot sleep 5 in an Old Key West studio. If you're trying to squeeze out the maximum number of people in a room, consider these options. For studios that sleep 5, you may want to first consider those larger options over at the Polynesian and the Riviera Resort. This is followed by the Grand Floridian at a decent size of around 374 square feet. And then your more standard size studio villas that will sleep 5 are over at the Boardwalk, the Beach Club, and Boulder Ridge. Interestingly, the list for 1-bedrooms and studios does differ. For example, a 1-bedroom at Old Key West can now sleep 5, whereas the studios only sleep 4. Those Old Key West 1-bedrooms will be your roomiest option for sleeping 5 in. This is then followed by the Grand Floridian and the Riviera Resort. The Kidani Village portion of the Animal Kingdom Villas sleeps 5, as does the Jumbo House portion, but over at Kidani Village, those accommodations are a little bigger than the ones on the Jumbo House side. Several resorts technically sleep 4 in a 1-bedroom, but can accommodate up to 5. When you go to book, they will be listed as sleeps up to 4, but have this text that indicates a perk for members booking with points is that a 5th guest can be accommodated, but no additional bedding, linens, or towels will be provided. These rooms typically have a 1 king-size bed and then a sleeper sofa, so I believe the assumption is that you can fit that 5th person in the king-size bed. All of these options with the asterisk are a similar setup, where you could accommodate 5, but that means sleeping 3 people in 1 bed. It's not the standard setup that accommodates 5 with 1 proper bed, 1 sleeper sofa, and 1 single pull-down bed. Interestingly, this is not the case over at Copper Creek 1-bedrooms, even though those also feature a king-sized bed. If anyone knows why certain rooms that are meant for 4 people can accommodate 5 guests, but this Copper Creek one does not, please let me know in the comments down below. The 2-bedroom villas that can sleep 9 folks is pretty similar of a list to those 1-bedrooms that can sleep 5. Again, you've got Old Key West, the Riviera Resort, the Grand Floridian, and the Kidani Village part of the Animal Kingdom Villas occupying those top 4 spots. Note that for the Riviera Resort and the Grand Floridian Resort, you can actually sleep up to 10 people if you book a lock-off instead of that standard 2-bedroom villa. And just like with booking Kidani Village versus the Jumbo House, you are in complete control of a standard 2-bedroom versus a lock-off 2-bedroom when you go to book. DVC recognizes that these differences in layout do matter, so you are in control and you book the layout that you're looking for. Then you've got the Bay Lake Tower 2-bedroom villas, as well as those lock-offs over at Boulder Ridge, Jumbo House, Beach Club, and Boardwalk. The standard 2 bedrooms at Boulder Ridge, Beach Club, and Saratoga Springs technically can accommodate up to 9, but really they sleep 8. It's the same situation as those 1-bedrooms I marked with asterisks we discussed, where no additional towels, linen, or bedding is provided, and it might be a tight squeeze. For example, Beach Club's standard 2-bedroom villas have 1 king bed, 2 queen beds, and 1 queen-size sleeper sofa. That's 4 beds total, which 2 people per bed would mean 8 people. If you want a 9th, you'll be squeezing a 3rd person into one of those beds, presumably the king. The lock-off 2-bedrooms at the Beach Club villas, in contrast, have 1 king bed, 1 queen bed, 2 sleeper sofas, 1 is queen-sized, 1 is double-sized, and then 1 of those single pull-down beds. In the lock-offs at Beach Club, no bed would need to accommodate more than 2 people. If you want to sleep 9 people at the Beach Club, I would highly suggest you book the lock-off over the standard 2-bedroom villa. Then all of those 3-bedroom Grand Villa accommodations sleep 12. There are no differences with the Grand Villas, so any choice you make is going to be great. Overall, when you're looking to book a Disney Vacation Club room or buy that home resort contract, you have to do some sort of value assessment. Of course, I would love to have a resort that is all of the above. It's cheap, it's walkable to theme parks, the rooms are huge, you can sleep a lot of people in the rooms, there's a spa, there's a pool I love, everything. But of course, the reality is there is no one single resort that is obviously the best in every metric. The question then becomes, what matters most to you and what are you willing to compromise on? Past what we talked about today, what are other metrics you consider for your travel party that I haven't highlighted? I always look forward to your thoughts and feedback, so let me know in the comments down below what matters to you. Don't roast me too hard about that pool situation though, okay? Let's work on being kind with our constructive criticism in the comments. Thank you so much to everyone who interacts with the YouTube channel through the comments and by liking the video. I hope you have a splendid rest of your day, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.